Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today, it is the September 2023 Sheetload of Cards reveal, and the whole collaboration team will be posting their videos and showing you what they've made. This is a very special edition. It's a 5x7. Yes, I am so excited. You guys probably know that I often convert the sheet load to 5x7. So it's typically an A2, but Call Me Crafty Owl did her first ever 5x7 edition in celebration of this milestone. And how exciting is this? Very exciting. So I am going to show you today how I approach this sheet load. Yes, you have to use one sheet of cardstock per card base, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. So don't sweat the paper. Okay, I am using this Ciao Bella Blue Note paper pad, one of my favorites of all times. I am going to use this little stamp set on the inside, and I thought I might use this one, but I decided not to. And then I'm going to use navy for my card bases and white for my matting layers. All right, so today I am letting the paper sing, you guys. I'm letting it do all the heavy lifting and all the work for my cards. I'm just going to go through and pick my pieces and separate things out. Now, I know you're going to want to see what the collab team is doing, so use the hashtag or follow the playlist. All the information will be down below. The sheet load is free for everyone, so you can get your copy by visiting Call Me Crafty Owl. And all the links are in my description box, okay? So definitely go see what others are making. All right. Back to the paper. So this paper has lots of little scenes. I left this whole flip through in there for you so you could kind of see the way this paper is designed. It's gorgeous. It's double-sided. And so there are cutting instructions for these strips. But what I did is I know the size of my matting layer. And so I went through here, I went through each design to kind of roughly see which scenes I would want in my strips. So some of my strips are cut at different widths, depending on the design on the paper, like this Brooklyn Bridge. So I went through with my ruler, kind of got an idea of how I'd want to cut them. A lot of my strips are cut at 1 inch, a lot are cut at 1.5, some are cut at 2.5 or 3.5. But as long as they fit on that main matted layer in the center of the card, it really doesn't matter. So you can see here, I got my little jazz trio, I got the word jazz in there, and I'm gonna make it work. So I have this paper in a 12 by 12 and love it and use it so sparingly. And then I got really excited when I was over at Mindless Crafting and saw that they had the 6 by 6 paper pads. I have since seen that they've sold out, but you could probably email them. Maybe they could get it back in stock, or you can possibly find it somewhere else. Or you can just use what's in your stash. If your stash is anything like mine, then the 6 by 6 paper pads multiply every time you turn your back. So I'm just cutting this at different, widths here, but I'm keeping the same length. So they're all 6 inches long, but like I said before, some are 1 inch wide, some are 1.5. And then I'm going to separate these into little piles. And I'm going to show you all the variations that I came up with using these strips of cards. So keep your scraps. These long skinny ones would be great for sentiments. These here would be great for stamping images onto and coloring. So don't be, dismayed with the scraps. Those can serve you still in your card making. I'm showing y'all my PVA line co glue that I always use. I got a new bottle. It has a proper label on it. People always ask me what kind of glue I use, and now I have an official label to show y'all. Okay, so for this one, the other thing I wanted to tell you about is I moved the band that goes across the card based on the paper again. Again, I'm letting the paper do all my work, and I just adjust this sheet load, the sketch, to make it work for my paper. Now, one thing that I did do was I took some of my navy paper scraps and I cut them into little bitty strips like this, and I doubled them up as risers for this band because you glue it across the entire width of the card. And that navy blue part of my card base, you know, it doesn't have multiple layers of paper, but the center does. So these little risers will just help my sentiment be level all the way across. So I did do that for all the cards except for the first one. And again, now that banner is more where it was originally designed for the sketch. And then for my cards, I just used the cut aparts for some of them. And for others, I didn't do anything other than the sentiment band across. So here are my cards. I love these so much. So a handful of them here just have that cut apart on the front, and they don't have any sentiments, but they do have, you know, a little embellishment on the inside using my scraps. I love the way that these came out. We have lots of birthdays in October and November in our family. Lots of men have birthdays during those 2 months. So it's going to be great to have a stash of birthday cards or anytime cards made and ready to go. I'm a jazzy crafter. I'm a jazzy girl. I love this paper pad. Y'all have seen me work with it before. I just didn't have it in the 6x6 size. So, and then in others, you can see here, like this is a wide sheet or a wide cut of the strip with a thin cut. See the difference between the one on the left, and the one on the right here is more like the sheet load actually calls for. And then here is again like a wider strip with a thinner strip. And I have some that say happy birthday, some that say you inspire me. You can tell I put the wide strip on different sides. You know, I just made it work, and I played around with the variations, and I really love these cards. I love the bold contrast of the navy blue cardstock too. It was so fun playing with the sheet load, you guys. Crafty Owl, thank you for 50 sheet loads of cards. I mean, that is just amazing. Pat yourself on the back. This card says, play what you know and then play above that. And I think that that's what 50 sheet loads means. So here are my cards, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly had a wonderful time. I love the 5x7 design. I'm going to save this and use it probably repeatedly in my card making. Give it a try. Let us know what you think. Share using the hashtags. We can't wait to see what you make. See you next time. Bye.